The European continent deserves to be free from any aggression, but it ought be those in the neighborhood investing the most in that collective, individual and collective defense. That's common sense, as the president talks a lot about. Common sense is you defend your neighborhood and the Americans will come alongside you in helping in that defense. If and when that happens, and I believe it will, because of President Trump, most NATO countries are already close to 2%. We believe that needs to be higher. The president has said 5%. I think he's right.
You mentioned earlier that President Trump wants NATO countries to spend 5% of their GDP on defense. Do you think the U.S. should also spend 5% of its GDP on defense?
Well, I think the U.S. needs to spend more than the Biden administration was willing to, who historically underinvested in the capabilities of our military. So the president is committed, as he was in the first term, to rebuilding America's military by investing. And you're going to see that in the conversations on Capitol Hill. We've already been intimately involved with the folks on HASC and SASC and the appropriations, talking about the capabilities we're going to need, not just next year and the year after that or for the next 4 years, but for power projection going forward. And then the reforms needed to make sure that every dollar goes further. Now, at a minimum, we should not go below 3%. That's a view I know the president shares. But as far as going forward in that, those are decisions he will make based on my consultations with him.
Would you be open to sending U.S. troops into Ukraine to track weapons shipments?
We are not sending U.S. troops to Ukraine. We welcome DOGE to the Pentagon, and I hope to welcome Elon to the Pentagon very soon, and his team, working in collaboration with us. There are waste, redundancies, and headcounts in headquarters that need to be addressed. There's just no doubt. Look at a lot of the climate programs that have been pursued at the Defense Department. The Defense Department is not in the business of climate change, solving the global thermostat. We're in the business of deterring and winning wars. So things like that we want to look for to find efficiencies, and many others, the way we acquire weapon system, procurement. There's plenty of places where we want the keen eye of DOGE, but we'll do it in coordination. We're not going to do things that are to the detriment of American operational or tactical capabilities.